Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to our spoiler discussion for Batman v Superman, the big one, the movie everybody was waiting for after Deadpool. And yeah, I'm here with Loophole and Guru.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello. All right, so Loophole's gonna be leaving like maybe halfway through this video. He has things to do, so we're gonna
Yes,
get.
Yeah.
better people.
Masturbation.
He has like he's gonna jack it off to Wonder Woman hentai. You know,
Ugh.
I mean, I'm gonna do that. Wait, hold on before you go to everything. I need to say this. All right, me and Guru, we're looking forward to this, right, Guru? You were looking forward to this.
I was looking for it. I
Okay.
wanted to see it. Yeah.
All right, Loophole, you weren't. You didn't think it looked good.
I never thought it looked good, but there's always a chance that I could like it. There's
Yeah.
always a
Oh,
chance.
of course, there's always a chance. Well, what was the last movie you saw that you thought you were gonna hate but you actually liked? You
I'll get
remember?
back to you on that.
Okay. Was it no, Chappie? You knew you were gonna like that.
I tempered my expectations a lot when I saw it.
Okay. All right.
And when I first saw it, I liked it, but I had mixed opinions. I actually saw it last night, and I loved it.
Did you?
Absolutely loved it. Oh, I thought I was going to hate Elysium. That turned
yeah?
out to be my best movie of the year for me.
There you go. You liked Elysium, guys. 2013.
Oh.
That was a great movie. That was in my top 10.
Yeah, but I had
uh,
no expectations.
yeah. So there's times where someone goes into a movie not expecting to like it. Me too. I'm the same, and end up liking it. Sometimes I go into a movie expecting to freaking hate it and loving it, like Paul Blart too. So Batman v Superman. That was a joke. I'm not. That was a joke. So Batman v Superman. What was the subtitle? Dawn of Justice. It was a movie a lot of people were looking forward to. A lot of people had high hopes for it. Even I would say the people that weren't looking forward to it wanted it to be at least good. Cause
Absolutely.
of course, I don't think unless you're an asshole and want everything to fail. I'm sure people want something like this to succeed. Unless it ends up, I don't know. I don't know. Superman kills babies or something. Then okay, no. I
Hey,
don't
we're
wanna do
getting
that.
pretty close to that. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, pretty cool. This movie definitely is it's not very hopeful. So what did everybody think? You know what? Let's start off with Loophole, because
Me.
all right. Let's start off with let's start off with Guru. Guru, you go.
I think I definitely like after seeing the reviews on Metacritic, I went in with a little bit lowered expectations than what I would have got, but when I saw it, like there was nothing that I would say was like detrimentally bad about it. There were certainly a lot of aspects that I didn't like. I do think that it had the potential to be so much better than it actually was, but I think for what we got, it was all right. I wasn't disappointed with it. I had fun watching it. Again, I think it could have overall have been a better movie,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't think it was like the worst superhero movie I'd ever seen.
No, definitely not. Shit.
That's like
It's not the
summarized
worst
thoughts.
superhero movie in the last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Well, someone has a different opinion. Me personally, I enjoyed. I would say a good half of the movie. I would say the first hour of the movie, besides the stupid ass dream sequences, it was good. I like the build up for Batman himself, Bruce Wayne. Ben Affleck plays him, of course. I love that build up. I love all that. I don't know. I love all the time invested with his character. I think he's probably the best Batman we've seen on screen.
I agree with
And I
that.
mean, like, not the detective part. The detective part is very weak in this. But just like hand-to-hand fight scenes and just the way it looks. Like, I love the way it looks in this, the suit and everything. Even the Batmobile's great. Even though that shit's like that's more of a tank than the last one was in Dark Knight. I enjoyed half of it, but then there's just things that I just felt like. First of all, it's way too long. It should be the most. It should be 2 hours. That's it, not two and a
Take
half.
the dream sequences out,
Yeah,
then it is
if you
2
take that
hours.
fucking all that dream sequence bullshit out, it would be a much tighter movie. But they had to put that in for future movies, I guess. I didn't have to, but they felt like they needed to. And I think you'd have a much tighter movie. The performances were fine, even though there was a couple of weak ones here and there. It's a very dark and grim movie, and at times it became way too much. Like, it was just not hopeful at all. It wasn't fun throughout, I would say, 60% of the movie. When it got to the action, it was a little bit more entertaining to watch and a little bit more fun. Like, oh, Batman's getting smacked around and Superman's getting smacked around. Base stuff that any idiot would be like, wow, oh, he just got smashed to a building. But it was fun. It was fun for, maybe 30%. I would say 40%. I'd say 70% was just dark and grim and just like, okay, I feel like killing myself here. Not because it's bad, it's because it's so unhopeful. But I would say a good 30% was fun. But of course, me and Guru found it fun. I mean, not fun. I'm sorry, good-ish, at times at least.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. What would you say, Loophole?
Okay.
No. Let me turn my volume down.
Okay, I'm not gonna yell. No, here's the thing.
Okay.
If anything, I wasn't mad at it. Well, throughout the whole movie, I'm going, this is okay. This is average. This is mediocre.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
That's how I felt the entire movie. The entire way through. There's no section like, oh yeah, that was fucking awesome. There's no scenes like, oh, that was so bad. How could they make that decision? There's nothing there that was memorable. There was nothing that was interesting. Nothing. There was nothing I found to be exciting. There's no joy. There was no, not just hopefulness. There was no joy. There was no fun.
No. There's a part. Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. This movie takes itself very seriously, but it's not grim and dark. It's grim and dark in superficial ways. It's dark. It wants to be, but it doesn't achieve that.
No,
Nolan movies are dark and grim and serious, but there's jokes.
Yeah.
There's fun things we have. There are action sequences that are exciting.
Yeah.
There's nothing more exciting than The Dark Knight when it first came out. The movie was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's still
Exciting. Superior. It was a real fucking movie. It elevated the motherfucking comic book hero movie. The standards you would have for a serious action comic book movie. This movie does fuck all. It's so average. It doesn't try to do anything cool. It doesn't try. It's so average. That's the thing. I didn't hate anything. The end scene is lame. The end sequence, the last final battle, was lame. That was super lame, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it because it's just a straight face the entire way through. No joy, no hate, no nothing. This movie is empty. This movie is made by committee. This movie does not want you to be fucking on the thrill of your fucking seat. It takes so long to get to the fight.
The fight. It's like 8 minutes.
If that. It felt like
If
5. The reason why they stopped fighting was fucking retarded.
Stupid, yeah.
It was stupid.
It was retarded. It was so dumb.
The movie surprised me because it wasn't, on a technical level, it wasn't bad. But entertainment-wise, director-wise, stylistic-wise, it was just nothing. It was soul-crushingly empty. It just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
When you watch a superhero movie, you want to have fun. It can be whatever. It could be just cheesy. It could be silly. It could be corny. It could be witty. It could be funny. It could be entertaining. It could be bold. It could be brashing, exciting. Like The Dark Knight trilogy.
And Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that is more entertaining.
Superhero movies should be uplifting. They could be enlightening even. They can be.
Dark Knight is a perfect example. I mean,
Spider-Man 2.
Definitely.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. I mean,
These are great movies.
That took just a silly character, which Spider-Man's pretty silly, and made him human, I thought. And
Human.
Also made the stakes real.
This movie is not human. It doesn't feel alive. It doesn't feel epic even. It's just so average. It is unbelievably average. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I was done. And I was like, oh yeah, people saying, oh yeah, that was awesome. Oh yeah, that was just so awesome. Oh, it was dope. It was badass. I also don't get, oh, it was the worst movie ever made. I can't believe the design decisions. Yeah. Outside of the final battle, I didn't feel anything. I felt nothing. Everything is taken for granted. Everything is. They don't explain really much at all. They don't need to explain anything. But the stuff, the filler in between all the stuff, just to get to the fight, it wasn't entertaining at all. I mean, it didn't make me go to sleep. It didn't make me sleepy, but it just dragged along. This hardly felt like a movie. It felt like the most basic movie that any Joe Schmo director could have made.
Yeah.
It was just so average that it ended up being really. It turned out to be more disappointing than I thought it was, because I just didn't expect it to be this fucking bad. What I expected was it was gonna have a lot of flaws, a ton of flaws, like a bunch of random design decisions. The closest one I can think of is Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, which I didn't like at all. I didn't think he did. I just didn't think he worked.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I agree with that definitely.
I can see that. I didn't mind him actually. But,
I didn't care about that. But I just couldn't get over the fact that it was so middling. It was so pointless, and it's just so self-serious. And it doesn't think it's fun at all. It thinks, oh, we're serious. Superman serious. We don't need a super serious, dark, grim in tone and grim in mood. The reason why is because there's so much shit going on with the world. We need someone like Superman, a superhero movie that's enlightening and thrilling and exciting. This movie has none of it. It's just nothing.
Yeah,
it's just nothing.
It wants to be way too realistic at times, it's fucking Superman. He gets his power from the sun. He flies around. He fucking shoots lasers out of his eyes. Like a Batman could be serious. Batman's just a dude in a suit, fucking beating up crooks. But Superman is Superman. It fucking the S on his chest means hope, and throughout the movie he's just like, he looks like he's pissed at fucking everything. It's either that or he's just like, he just doesn't have an expression at all. I get nothing from him, and I agree. Like I would say, like I said, 70% is just not fun. It's just a movie that might have some good performances here and there, and I enjoy watching Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman, but there's just a lot of just nothing going on besides like maybe a build up to Justice League. Flash shows up randomly, which is fucking stupid. The Flash thing was so dumb.
Barely even tell
it was a
him.
dream within a dream, which I'm like, it's fucking Inception shit. And Christopher Nolan's the executive producer. I'm sure he whispered into Zack Snyder's ear and like, put that in there, yeah, do it. And I was just like, that's so stupid. It's a dream within a dream. He's having a dream, and then he wakes up from the dream, and then Flash is like, bad things, and then he wakes up again. I'm like, Jesus. And I felt like it was way too ultra serious. It should have been way, way, way more uplifting and fun.
I could handle the mood if
I could if
there's
it was
payoff.
well done.
It wasn't, but there was no hope. There's no hope. The ending was not hopeful. It didn't end on a good message. It didn't add anything. Superman should not be like this. And when it's a fighting movie, it should be fun. Like, oh, here's your favorite heroes. Oh, they're clashing together. It's like it wasn't fun.
No.
It just was not fun.
And oh man, that fight. Let me just say, I thought the fight itself, it started out well, where it's like Batman's using his like gadgets and stuff, like I don't know where like turrets show up, and he's using like, I don't know what the fuck that first thing was, like I don't know, not magnets, but like sound thing or whatever. I thought that was good because he was using. It wasn't just like Batman and Superman punching each other in the face. He was using his skills. And I mean, I enjoyed some of the action stuff. I did. Like I said, 30% I found enjoyable. Like I thought the whole Batmobile sequence was really entertaining. Him just crashing through shit. And I know that's very base level entertainment. Just like things blew up, but like it was still enjoyable. I thought that was well filmed. It looked cool. I thought the Batmobile looked nice. I mean, no different than most Batmobiles, but it was good. And I really enjoyed that whole fight sequence that they spoiled in the last trailer, where Batman's just beating up the thugs towards the end of the movie. I thought that was very well done. I thought that was a great fight sequence. And even there's a dream sequence that looks like Mad Max. That obviously was inspired by Mad Max. Even that, like, that's a whole, like, probably not really, but it was like, it was made to look like a one-shot fight scene. Like, it was a one take, and that's it. Tracking shot, they call it. But, I don't know. It just felt hollow at times. It felt like they were just trying to do that just to, like, wow people, and maybe even wow critics at times. Like, Zack Snyder's like, yeah, I got a one tracking shot action scene. Ooh, isn't that cool? Remember when Goodfellas had a tracking shot? I'm like, this has got Goodfellas of superheroes. It's grim, dark, people die, people get shot. No, I'm not saying that's what he thought, but whatever. Zack Snyder's a weird dude, I think. But,
Okay, I'll let you guys have your chance to go that interrupting. I'll take a few moments to speak. I think
anyway,
overall,
I thought Batman was really... No.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Okay, so I see you guys saying like, oh, this movie is trying to be too dark and gritty. I think DC content in general, though, is dark and gritty. Like, I see Marvel. Marvel's the uplifting
Yeah.
company, and DC is the dark company. I think everyone separates those two companies that way. So I'm really not surprised that DC. Hey, can I let you speak?
I'm sorry.
Let me
I'm
speak.
sorry.
So
Don't be
I do
sorry.
think that
Fuck
DC
you, Guru.
goes for the gritty because the source material itself is gritty. Like, you read a lot of the Batman comics that come out, they are really dark and gritty, especially like the new Joker stuff. That shit's fucking terrifying at times because of how dark it is. And so I think going with a darker tone, I can fully understand that. I don't think it was executed properly, and I think they could have done a lot better, but I think it was there for that purpose. Another thing, I think this was one of the best portrayals of Batman, also because the combat was the best I've ever seen. It beat the shit, in my opinion, out of Dark Knight's combat, and if any Batman's combat. Because listen to this. Batman has always seemed so awkward trying to move around in the suit, whether it's Michael Keaton, whether it's George Clooney, whether it's Christian Bale. They all look like they're trying to fight the suit more than they're trying to fight the bad guys in front of them. But Ben Affleck actually looks like he is fluidly fighting in the suit. When he's fighting Batman in that big metal suit, you can feel the power behind the punches.
Yeah.
When he's fighting the people in the warehouse, everything looks so fluid. It even reminds me of the Arkham Asylum games, where combat is so fluid, and I love the combat in those games. It reminded me of that. And so I really like seeing that. And as we've said before, I think Ben Affleck is a great Batman, both a Bruce Wayne and also a great Batman, besides the morality of killing people.
Yeah.
I also think overall that this movie, I would compare this movie more to how people felt about Batman Begins, where, if I recall correctly, people were very lukewarm towards Batman Begins, where people were like, it's not really the greatest. It had a kind of like one of the lesser known villains, but it was origin. Like, I think the problem is that they tried to fit an origin story also into this movie, which brought, to me, a lot away from what they could really do. I think of Hollow because we've seen this origin story like 2 or 3 times now, and we've seen this origin story. Everyone knows this origin story. They didn't need to add it, and I think that took up a lot of time from it. But I think this is overall like an origin story to lead up towards Justice League. So I have my hopes and eyes towards Justice League, and hoping that this is just exposition to go into Justice League. It's trying to give us the characters to go into Justice League. So I'm not going into this movie expecting it to blow me out of the water, be amazing. I'm expecting it to set up Justice League. And I understand that Marvel movies did a better job in setting up the Avengers through their movies. But I think that DC has their own way to set up their own movies.
Yeah, it feels like DC's rushing it so they can make money.
Absolutely,
so.
that's what I was thinking. Because you put up in the origin movie where Batman versus Superman, like that should happen after the Batman movie.
I feel like they're doing this so they can make, like, Wonder Woman comes out after Justice League, right? Or does it come out right before?
I think Justice League is 2019.
No, that's 2017.
It's 2017.
And guess who's fucking directing it? Zack Snyder.
No, why is he directing?
Because fucking George, what's his name? George Miller was going to, and he's like, nah. And then they're like, oh, we don't got anybody else. Zack Snyder, you gotta do it.
All right, here's the thing. When you want to talk about setup movies, setting up for a better story, want to know what did that? You know what movie did that perfectly?
Which one?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, they had a lot of other stuff to help it. I mean, it had 40 years of just people watching those movies, loving it to death. But
that put up bigger stakes. This movie has no stakes.
Yeah, even though I would say, like, you know, the stakes at the end of Star Wars were a little. I mean, I love that movie, but they're not like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like,
well, it's setting up for the next movie.
Yeah. Which this is also, but it's just like it crams so much in there, man. Like, okay, I didn't mind the whole sequence of watching like Cyborg and Aquaman. And I didn't mind that because even though it felt out of place, like he's just watching this. I thought the Cyborg thing was actually kind of creepy, even though that cube thing was fucking stupid.
I thought hearing Cyborg screaming and on the shelf was just creepy as hell.
It was creepy. And
I thought that was
just half like made and shit. I was like, that was well done.
But, that gave me chills.
The Aquaman one's stupid though. He's just like, hey, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Lupo had to step out, but you guys heard what he had to say. But yeah, I just I don't know. I think the number one thing I want to talk about that
in my opinion, I think I would have enjoyed this movie so much better if the trailer didn't give away so much of the movie. Like, honestly, guys, if you're watching this right now, go watch the trailer.
Yeah.
You'll
Second
save
one.
yourself like a good $15.
Yeah, yeah. See this? What was it? The one that had Doomsday in it.
Yeah, the one that
That tells you the whole movie.
Yeah, it literally shows you all the big plot points,
Yeah.
and you basically piece together the rest of what's going to happen from there.
Yep.
You basically know what's going to happen, and it can save you like a lot of money. I think this needs to be a baseline for marketing departments to look at, not only for superhero movies but for any other movie, and to really say like, this is not how to market a movie. This is how to kill the hype for a movie. Because you go into this movie, and I got nothing out of actually going to see the movie. Because I knew it was going to happen. I knew exactly all the plot points of what's going to happen. There's like one or two plot points that like threw me back. Like the whole Congress Hall exploding. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
That was because it wasn't in the trailer. I didn't know that was coming.
That was good. That was good.
I thought that was good setup for like setting up Bruce Wayne really hating Batman, like tipping him over the edge. Like, okay, I'm going to kill that. Whatever, they're all superheroes. Whatever.
Bruce Wayne hates Batman. I hate me. My parents are dead.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne hating Superman.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne hates. He hates
But-
Superman. Even
but-
though I think at that point, I think he knew
like-
that wasn't Superman that did that.
But there's also just like a couple of plot things that were also pretty annoying to me. Like, it wasn't directed well.
No, at times.
Well, the movie overall was not directed well. Like, I like Zack Snyder. Like, I like 300. I like Watchmen. I think he's gone very downhill since those two movies, but I always try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But in the scene, like when Batman and Superman are fighting, and near the end, when Lois Lane comes in and he's like, "I gotta save Martha," and he's like, "My mother's named Martha as well." I think this conveyed in the way that Zack Snyder wanted to be conveyed. It wanted to be conveyed that now
He realizes he's human too.
he realizes that he's a human. He realizes that he has an Earth mother. He realizes that he is just like him. He has the same aspirations as him. He's not here to destroy the planet. But this was not shown well through directing, and I think that's really poor directing on Zack Snyder's part, not trying to get that emotion. It kind of just seemed like Bruce Wayne was like, "Hey, his mother's named Martha too. No worries, dude. Your mother's name is Martha as well. No hard feelings, right?"
Yeah, right after that, they just like they become buddies. Like, it didn't it feel like that. Like right after that, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, bro. I'll save your mother." And then he does what he does, and then after that, they're cracking jokes about Wonder Woman. Like, I thought she was with you. Like, I mean, I appreciate there's a joke, and when I mean cracking jokes, I mean cracking joke because there's a joke, one joke. But I appreciate they put a little bit of humor in there, but I don't understand why there couldn't be more humor and still keep it dark. Like The Dark Knight did it well. Like there was humor, there was fun moments that were just genuinely funny and I mean very disturbing sometimes with the Joker and all that. But I mean I hate to keep comparing it to The Dark Knight, but that's like the perfect example.
It's I think the most comparative
Yeah.
because I mean
You could say Man of Steel, but that's
material.
Yeah, you could say Man of Steel, but Man of Steel had, I think, approximately 0 jokes. And I liked that movie. It was shorter, and it was more focused than this movie. Now, I don't want to make it sound like I hate this movie, because I really don't.
I think like I know that I don't think Loophole agrees with me. He didn't sound like he did. I do think this is one of the best portrayals of Batman in movie form.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not a fan of Ben Affleck's acting, though I think he did a pretty good job as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I thought he did really good.
Like,
First of all, you know what? I was never watching that movie thinking that's Ben Affleck, which I always do with movies. I'm like, that's Ben Affleck. That's just Ben Affleck. In the movie, I was just like, all right, that's Bruce Wayne. He's suave. He's charming. He does a great job with the dialogue. I thought he did a good job acting. He's a good boy. Good job. I think you know what?
I honestly,
Good job.
I honestly think if you take out the dream sequences, polish up the exposition a little bit, and then remove that second trailer, anything about Wonder Woman or Doomsday, and we would have had a great movie. We would have had a movie that people would have said, you know what, it wasn't as good as Dark Knight, it's not as good as the Avengers, but you know what, it's good setup for the Justice League. I think we would have went out with a movie like that, but I think because of how messy the movie is in terms of pacing and writing, and also the trailer, I think it really killed a lot of the hype that people have. I think it's going to put a sour taste in people's mouth going into Justice League, which I think is really bad.
Yeah. I really do feel like, even though I kind of liked the Justice League stuff, I feel like they should have really focused on, first of all, cut down Lex Luthor's part. I didn't hate Lex Luthor. A lot of people are not going to like him in general, but I thought Jesse Eisenberg, he's a great actor. He is. I think he is. A lot of people don't like him. I think he's a great actor. And he did a good job for what he was supposed to do. Like, of course, that's not his interpretation of the character. That's what was written down. I'm sure Zack Snyder, when directing him, said, hey, act crazy. You go and have some twitches and shit. I'm sure that wasn't Jesse Eisenberg's doing, because, I don't know, he plays a lot of the same characters in movies, but this portrayal is definitely different from most things he does, where most of the time he's like the shy guy. Here he's like, oh, I'm crazy and talking, and I have twitches, and I'm evil for no reason. Which he is. He's evil for no reason. They don't explain for any reason really why he's evil.
It's really just he has a fascination in taking down a god. That's what I got out of it. He just wants to see, like, he wants to be able to say, I've taken down a god. He has a power trip.
But they don't explain, like, they could have gave him a background thing, like, oh, when he was young, something happened, or whatever.
No, I think it was horrible character exposition for him.
There's so many characters.
I think for how Jesse Eisenberg did, from what I saw in the trailers, I was actually really looking forward to it, because from what they showed in the trailers, he acted like he looked like a genius that had an idea for the plan and had an idea for Superman. But I think the nervous twitches they had, like the insanity that they were showing him, I think that ruined it for me. It made him seem much more like I saw a comment on Reddit. He would have been great as something like the Mad Hatter. He would have been great. I think he would have made a good Joker.
Yeah, I think he would have been a fine Joker.
I think there's an argument to make him a Joker, but I don't think he's a good Lex Luthor.
No.
I think it could have been directed better and written better as a Lex Luthor, but it was written much more as like a Joker, Mad Hatter, which really bothered me.
I genuinely want to watch The Dark Knight right now, and I know that made it sound like, you know, like there's never a good reason to watch The Dark Knight. Like, I guess I'll watch Dark Knight now, but I really did, because you mentioned like Joker, and I really want one of these movies, like even Marvel's to blame with this. I want a movie that's superhero film that has a villain that's like worth remembering, or because like I like some of the villains in Marvel, but even some of the villains in Marvel, they turn out to be heroes. Like the Winter Soldier, like he's a hero now. I liked him in the Winter Soldier, but then shit like Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 1, every freaking Marvel movie besides maybe Ultron, he was charming.
I liked Ultron as an aside.
Yeah, I liked him, but I just want a villain that's. I don't need an Oscar caliber performance, obviously. I just want one that's like sinister but still like human. He has good reasons maybe why he's doing this, or maybe he's just flat out insane, which they don't really make Lex Luthor seem. It doesn't make it seem like he's flat out insane. He just has like nervous twitches. Maybe Daddy didn't treat him right or whatever. Fuck. Like Joker, you can always make him insane. That's his thing. He's insane. But Lex Luthor has never been insane in the comics. At least I don't think so. I'm sure I'm wrong. There's probably one of 450 different comic book series for Superman where Lex Luthor's crazy. But I wanted a villain that was memorable, and he was just the Joker light. The light version of the Joker. And we're about to get the Joker in 5 months, so I don't need that. I don't know.
I think one thing is that they tried to fit 3 movies into 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
like
Batman,
I think they should have had a new Batman origin story movie where he fights then the new Joker. I think that would have worked. I think they should have had a Superman 2 where he meets Lex Luthor and they develop Lex Luthor in that movie.
Yeah.
Then I think that they should have had Batman versus Superman,
yeah,
which is the second half basically of this movie. then we move into the origin stories for all the other Justice League members, and then we get to the Justice League. I think then that would have been paced perfectly and would have been developed perfectly as a couple of movies.
Yeah. I'm going to say this right here. Comparing this to the last superhero thing that we got, which was, I guess, Daredevil Season 2, it's very... I don't know if you watched that. Did you watch that?
I want to watch Daredevil.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Season 1 even.
It's really good. One of my favorite superheroes ever is not even a superhero. He's not even a hero. He's the Punisher is one of my favorite comic book characters ever. I don't read comic books too much, but when I was a kid, I read the Punisher all the time. I loved the Punisher. And what they did with the Punisher and Daredevil is very similar to what they do with Batman here, where I'm just like, I just want a Batman movie. I just want a Batman movie. I just want another Batman movie with this actor and this Batman. I just want another Batman movie. The whole thing, I mean, Daredevil was great besides the Punisher, but the Punisher was so good. I was like, I need a TV show or a movie with this actor and this Punisher. Same thing with Batman. I really, if it's true that Ben Affleck's going to direct a Batman movie, I can't fucking wait. Because Ben Affleck is an amazing
very
director.
talented director, yeah.
And I think he was an amazing Batman. So, hey, that's a movie I'm really looking forward to. I swear to God, if Ben Affleck drops out and Zack Snyder's directing it, I'm gonna fucking... You know what I love? If Christopher Nolan came back and directed it. That'd be awesome.
Ooh,
I'd see another Christopher Nolan Batman.
I think the Justice League directed by Christopher Nolan would be awesome.
I'd come everywhere.
That'd be something to dream for.
When I open my door to leave in the morning, I'd be in a raft swimming through my own cum. That's how hard I'd come. That was a long way to say I'm just excited. I jerk off when I'm excited, and I come back. That's a meme. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Punisher. Daredevil Season 2 is great. Go check that out.
Back to Batman versus Superman. Like if I were to give this like, I'd say it's like a good 6 or 7 out of 10 for me.
That's exactly. I give it a 7.
Yeah, I think more leaning towards a 7 for me. Yeah. I don't think it's as bad as critics are making out to be. Like, I don't think this is Transformers bad. I don't think this is Fantastic Four bad.
Oh, hell no.
I don't think, like, it doesn't live up to, like, the Dark Knight movies. It doesn't live up to the Avengers. But in my opinion, this doesn't need to. What needs to is the Justice League. This is, to me, is an expositional movie. I don't expect it to blow me out of the water.
Yeah, I was expecting it to do a good job with at least Batman and Superman. And Superman, you could take him or leave him. I think the actor does fine. Some people think he's horrible. I don't think that. I think it's more the writing and the direction. Because, I mean, amazing actors can give bad performances all the time if the director sucks horrible. And Zack Snyder, I wouldn't say sucks. Like, I love Watchmen. I really do. And I really like 300.
I think Watchmen's like his crowning achievement. Yeah. And 300's still pretty good.
That's a fun movie. But 300 is fun. How come 300 was so much fun and had the same kind of visual style in a way? Yeah, I mean, not much slow-mo and shit like that. But, like, over-stylized. Like, I feel like this was way too over-stylized.
But 3 words of what made 300 so great. Greased up abs.
Oh, okay, I was about to say Gerard Butler, and that's only 2 words. It's Gerard Butler. I made it.
See, Gerard Butler was good, but his abs being so as greased up as they were made it even better.
Oh, Gerard Butler as Superman would have been cool. he needs it after shit like Gods of Egypt and London Has Fallen. But I think he would have been too old for Superman. He's like 50. But yeah, no, just stuff like 300. Even Watchmen. Watchmen is fucking grim as a mother. And dark and just overly serious, but it still has moments of just genuine fun and entertainment. Like, whenever Rorschach is on screen, it's fucking awesome. And there's just scenes where it just looks so good. I mean, there's that sex scene, which is horrible. But besides that, there's so many good things. I think Zack Snyder can be a good director as long as he directs stuff... How should I say this? Maybe directs source material, I guess. Things that were already a source material. And this, I know, is obviously Batman and Superman, but it's his own... I mean, it's not written by him, but it's like his own, I guess, story.
It's his own way of portraying the characters, which I think he needs some work on.
Yeah. And, like, that's the thing. Like, what I'm trying to say is like 300 and Watchmen were very faithful to the source material. Like so much so with 300 that it looked exactly like 300 at times. The comic book, or sorry, the graphic novel. Shit like Sucker Punch was terrible, and that was his own thing. That's why it was so bad, I think. When he's doing a story exactly the way it was told on a comic book or a graphic novel, then I think he can do it well with his visual style and the way he directs things. But when he's telling his own story like this, which I'm pretty sure this isn't its own comic, right? Like this isn't based on a specific graphic novel.
I don't think it's directly based on anything.
I know Batman and Superman fought before Justice League. I know that, but it's not based on like Dark Knight Returns or some shit. Which I know it's definitely not. But I'm just saying it's not based on a certain specific thing. So I feel like he should just work on, like, I don't know, what's the next thing he should do? He should do I don't know. He should do the Walking Dead movie. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. That's the only one I can think of.
Stylized slow-mo zombies. I like it.
Yeah, there you go. Coral. Oh. Wait, hold on. That's when Michonne cuts the head off slow. And then there's geysers of blood. And then, like, fast forward and then slows down again. That's his big thing. He likes to fast forward and slow down again.
Yeah. Slow-mo.
That's fucking cool. No, not slow-mo. It's like fast forward, like goes quick and then goes. That's his thing. But yeah, that was long-winded, but whatever. Point is, I think he could do better with source material. Like that is just straight up a story, and not cobble everything together. And I'm sure he didn't even write this, so I don't even know why I said that. But
let's actually take a look. I'm on his IMDb page right now.
He probably co-wrote it, but I think it was David S. Goyer.
You know, it's actually really weird. He is writing Justice League Part 2, but he's not writing Justice League Part 1.
Yeah, because they're like, hold on, you fucked up Batman v Superman. Let's at least get someone that's talented to write the first part, and then you can fuck up the second.
He's
part.
not even writing Batman v Superman. He's writing Justice League Part 2, and that's it.
Oh, he didn't write Batman v Superman. Maybe they love Batman v Superman so much.
It's actually
they
funny.
were just like, I hope this guy writes the next one.
He wrote 300. He wrote Sucker Punch. And he wrote the 300 sequel.
Wait, he wrote the 300 sequel?
Yeah.
Wow. He wrote that? Jesus. All right. Good for him. Good job. You wrote shit.
Snack Snyder, I love you, but you gotta do better.
Yeah. And I even like the 300 sequel, but that if he wrote it, that's not a credit. I wouldn't put that on the resume because the fucking dialogue and all that was shitty, and that the action was fun. But and that's actually a good example. 300 is like what, an hour and 40 minutes?
Yeah,
and it does its job very well. This really could have been cut down by at least 40 minutes, at least maybe an hour even. It's so much stuff that they didn't even put in this. They could have easily put this stuff in I don't know, a separate Batman movie or Superman movie.
It just honestly felt like we were missing a movie beforehand to give exposition to these characters, because I think we wasted too much time trying to cram exposition in there just because we're starting off with a whole new Batman. Like, we needed a Batman movie before this to show his story, and also like to show, like, yeah, he's killing people now, but why is he killing people now? Like, what made him go out and break his moral code of let's not kill him? Like, how did Robin die? Like, how is he dealing with the Joker? Why isn't the Joker dead if he's now killing people?
I would have loved if they talked more about the Joker, because there's no movie between this and Suicide Squad to talk about like what's Joker up to. So Suicide Squad is going to be the first movie where we actually get something of the Joker. Well, not the first movie, obviously, but the first one in this DC universe now.
Yeah.
So he's just going to pop up in that, and we'll be like, okay. Maybe they'll answer some questions in that, but I highly doubt it. I know Batman's going to be in that, too. But, again, that's the thing this fucking trailer spoiled. But, for Suicide Squad. But Suicide Squad's trailers were much better than Batman's, I think.
Suicide Squad's trailers are not showing too much.
No,
they're showing like the first half. They're showing like the first half an hour of the movie, and like little blips and pieces of later on. But we all knew the Joker was going to be in there, and as well as Batman.
But by the way, for people out there, I highly recommend. I highly recommend this to you too, Guru. There was a Suicide Squad movie that came out, an animated one, really good. It's Assault on Arkham. which is
Okay.
it's Batman Assault on Arkham, which is supposed to be based around like the video games. That's why it has the Arkham title, but it's straight up a Suicide Squad movie, and it's really good. It's very short too. It's like 70 minutes, and if that could do that really well, make us kind of like the characters, and give us everything we wanted from a movie like this, or a movie like Suicide Squad, then they could do it with a live action movie. They can make it not 70 minutes, but like 90 or an hour and 40 or something. I don't know, or 100 minutes. But
So do want to mention as well, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
Fucking too many G's.
Godot, whatever it is.
Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga is wonderful as Wonder Woman. Wonderful. It's just Wonder Woman, right?
But
Laugh
not
at me. Laugh with
It
me.
was so funny. Like I was seeing Wonder Woman. Like I'm glad that they're not over sexualizing her. Then they have that crotch shot.
Oh yeah. I mean, she has no ass, so it doesn't matter. But
True.
there's this one. Do you remember this secretary girl that was with Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Every time I saw her, that bitch looked like a breeze would come through and she'd just like fly away. She's
like a little evil henchman. Like,
Yeah, she
yes,
says like one word too, and she blows up in that fucking bullshit. He didn't give a fuck. Hell, you know what? That's one thing I like about Lex Luthor. He had his hot secretary, which obviously maybe he cared about a little bit, but he's just like, go in there and blow up, dear. I love that. That was good.
It's safe to see for me. She's like, oh bother.
Oh bother. Yeah, there was weird things, but I thought Wonder Woman. I don't think we talked much about Wonder Woman, but just wrap it up real quick. Wonder Woman, I thought, had a really good entrance. Wonder Woman herself, not what's her name, Diana Prince. Like you see her sprinkled throughout the movie, and I thought it was decent enough,
Yeah, she served her purpose.
Yeah.
We'll get more exposition of her with the Wonder Woman movie and with Justice League.
Yeah,
And-
and I thought her entrance, even though again it's a thing they spoiled in the trailer, I thought it was well done. She had the bracelet, she had the whip, she had the shield, she had the sword, she had everything you expect from Wonder Woman.
I thought also it was pretty smart of them that when they showed her earlier on in the movie, every single dress had like a metal like thing on, just like her bracelets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought that was really nice costume design there.
Yeah,
personally.
good costume design. I would say, the costume design was really well done. A lot of the technical stuff was really good. I thought the the sound design was really well done too. I thought the score was great.
To be fair, I don't know if it was because of the 3D or they messed with something, but I could notice like a couple little edits in there that were like some weird special effects things. Like there's one part near the end where they were panning over some grass, and the grass kind of seemed disjointed, and I'm like,
okay.
Did they edit grass in there?
did they CG grass?
They
They
actually
superimposed
CG
grass. They couldn't
No,
get.
I think they actually did at one point because I saw like the grass like was separated from the other grass, but like if you don't have like an editor's eye, like if you're not a video editor, you wouldn't notice that because your eye is in focus there.
Yeah.
And they knew that they could get away with that with a general audience because people's eyes are not going to be focused there.
I don't notice too many big edits in movies, but there's times where I do notice, like, I mentioned that one whole, like, tracking shot where he's fighting all those guys, which I'm going to admit, even though that sequence was unneeded and it was a little long, I thought it was badass that he was just, like, breaking people's necks and fucking shooting people. I thought that was cool. But, because I love a Batman that just says, fuck it, man. He just, I mean, I love Punisher, so if he just turns into the Punisher, that's fine with me. But that whole tracking shot, I did notice, like, there was times where it was obviously, like, they had to cut it here and there. So they did very, very clever edits, which, I mean, very well done. But, yeah, I don't know. It was good. The editing I didn't think was too bad. I didn't notice that grass thing. But, Wonder Woman was good. And the last thing I want to mention is Doomsday.
Hey, he was Doomsday.
No, he wasn't. That's the thing. Like, from what I've gathered about Doomsday, he's something that. Okay, I shouldn't even talk about this because I know someone's gonna be like, "You didn't read the comics, so you shouldn't talk."
I mean, that's why I'm not going to comment about it. I didn't read the comics.
I'm just gonna say, what I picture Doomsday, the guy in the comics that kills Superman, which did we even like talk about that because it's full spoilers that he gets killed in this, and then he comes back. Obviously, I mean they
Yeah.
don't show him coming back, but whatever.
But we know he is.
Yeah, we know he is. I mean, they still need to do Justice League, but that was my main problem is that he didn't even look. I know the jokes about him looking like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's all over. Haha. But he doesn't even look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He looks like something that belongs in Lord of the Rings or something. He looks
Looks like one of the trolls
Yeah.
in dungeon.
in what?
Troll in the dungeon.
Oh, for what is that? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah.
He looks like a troll. He doesn't look like Doomsday. Doomsday has like this. He's like made out of rocks. It looks like he has He looks like he has a rock beard and stuff like that. He looks fucking awesome, I think. And even in the game Injustice, he looks really cool. And here he just looks. He looks like a troll. Except and he yells all the fucking time. And in the IMAX, he's just like, like fucking annoying. Like, shut up. Kill that motherfucker.
I just love during like that final fight sequence, especially when like Superman just stabbing Doomsday. There's just so many lights going on. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand his powers. You dip him in some fucking otherworldly juice, and then he comes out of an egg thing, and he's like, I have electricity powers or something? I don't know. He has like red lightning coming out of him. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe that's a comic thing, but in the comic they probably explain it.
I love that Superman's beams just come out of his eyes, and Doomsday's beams it's just his face.
Yeah, it's his whole face. All right, I like that. Where he opens his big mouth, he's like, ah. I thought that was pretty cool.
His face is a beam.
Yeah. All right, you know what? Besides his design, Doomsday has some cool stuff to him. I'll give him that because I'm thinking about the face thing. I think that, I mean, I would say it's pretty funny actually, but I thought, considering Superman shoots little lasers out of his eyes, Doomsday just like, fuck, I got a mouth. Oh, I just thought, all right, that was cool. But besides that, I don't like Doomsday that much, and I really felt like he was completely unneeded. He really was.
Again, it was trying to fit like 4 movies into one.
Why couldn't he be the villain in Justice League? Why did it's called Batman v Superman? It's not called Batman v Superman v Doomsday v Wonder Woman. Like, I don't know. Fucking, they should have focused on that fight between them two, and they did a decent job. I thought that fight was fine. Pretty much all the fight scenes were either really good or fine in this, but it ends weird, like we said, with like, oh, my mother is the name of your mother. I'm gonna stop fighting you because I like you now for some reason. But that whole fight scene was decent, and it was even tense at times. Like, and I'm I know every Superman fan's gonna be pissed, but I love that Batman won it because I mean, obviously he's kryptonite, but I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, like, I know a lot of people just hate Superman because the only way to actually beat him is kryptonite. They had to actually create something to beat him because he is unstoppable.
Yeah, he's overpowered like a mother. Nothing kills him besides things that come from his world, which is weird.
Except for things that they have to make up. Oh, there's this thing. It's called, let's see, he's from kryptonite, because it is like the end of a stone.
My favorite word is "aight." That's just kryptonite. Kryptonite? No, God called it something else. Who's the guy that made Superman? Stanley. It was Stanley. Jim Lee. I don't know. Bruce Lee. I don't care.
Oh, god damn it.
Bruce Lee.
Racist.
Before he got killed by the mafia, I know what actually happened. He was like, I need to make Superman. He made it. Like, ugh. Rest in peace, Bruce Lee. But rest in peace.
I think we've covered basically everything.
Oh no, I still want to talk about Punisher. Punisher was great. No,
go talk about that in your own video. I haven't watched Daredevil yet.
No, I wouldn't spoil anything. But last thing, and I'm just gonna mention this. I thought the beginning sequence was really well done.
Yeah.
Not his parents getting shot. Whatever. I'm glad they got rid of that pretty quickly. But Yeah, like it was a title sequence. That was his mom and dad
The
dying.
funny thing is, I was just so confused because this is before they revealed any like dream sequences when all the bats are coming up. When he starts,
Yeah, when he starts
just
levitating.
like, what the fuck?
I
is
wish I
going
recorded.
on?
I really wish I recorded this in my theater because no one else was laughing, but me and two of my friends that watched it. We all started fucking laughing hard, and the theater is loud because it's IMAX, but you could totally hear us. Some people looked at us from like
Stupid.
bottom
I
row.
just kind of sat there and just I'm like, wait,
That was
what
fucking
the
hilarious.
fuck is going on?
I mean, I knew it was a dream sequence. I wish I didn't. I wish I was thinking that's real. Because if I thought that was real, I probably would laugh even harder. He just starts fucking levitating like he's fucking, like he's Neo or something. Like he's about to go and fucking find the Matrix and Rage Against the Machine's gonna start playing in the background. Like okay, it's just it was so dumb. It was really dumb. But yeah, the beginning sequence was the Man of Steel ending and Ben Affleck's like rushing to save someone from
the
his-
legs,
my legs.
my leg.
Yeah, that's about it. Good stuff, good action, looks good for the most part. Some of the CG's iffy here and there, but for the most part, it's a solid movie. It's worth a matinee. I would
Yeah,
say.
again, like a high 6, 7.
Yeah, I'd say 7. I'd say 7. I'm going to probably see it again before I do an official review because I really do want to see it without 3D because I'll say this, the IMAX was great. I love IMAX. Just the sound, surround sound and all that is just perfect. But the 3D I thought was, first of all, it's already a dark movie. I don't mean material-wise. I mean the movie's fucking dark. I can't see some
Yeah, you
stuff.
can't really notice much 3D.
Yeah, but 3D really sucks hard when it's all in black, in like darkness. Like I remember seeing, what was that shitty movie? I can't remember what it is, but it was all at night and it was just really bad. And I would say that 3D is like almost not even noticeable. And it was really bad that they showed like the Warcraft trailer before this movie, which was in 3D, because that looked way better in 3D. And I was
I
like,
can't wait
all
for
right,
that.
I'm ready. And then this movie's like, is this? I forgot. I'm wearing the 3D glasses. Forgot. But the IMAX is great. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Anything else you want to say?
I think I'm good. I think we got everything out of the way.
What trailers did you get? I want to extend this as long as I can.
I got the Warcraft trailer. I got Tarzan.
Yeah.
It's funny. I got Civil War, which I think is ironic.
Yeah, I didn't get Civil War. Did you get the Spider-Man one?
Yes, I got the Spider-Man
Did
one.
people
And-
cheer when
yeah,
Spider-Man?
people did cheer.
Yeah, I didn't get this. You know what? It's actually, it's not weird that you wouldn't get it. I mean, you got it.
No,
Obviously.
it's expected because it's
Yeah.
like superhero
Well,
stuff.
no, it's weird that you would get it because that's like the major competition with DC. I would say
Yeah.
because that's.
yeah, it's pretty weird.
I got X-Men. I got It's weird.
Yeah,
I didn't
got
get the Lego
X-Men.
Batman movie.
No, me neither.
That's
We
weird.
got did I mention Tarzan? Because we
Yeah.
got Tarzan.
Yeah. I got Suicide Squad, which everybody loved that.
Same.
I mean, that's already a 3-month-old trailer, and
all
everybody's
my
like,
trailers that I got.
I think that's about it. Oh, I got some shitty Mark Wahlberg looking movie, where he's like, I don't even know. He's on a ship and an oil spill happens or something. I don't fucking know. But it looked really. I thought it looked very mediocre. But besides that, that's it. Good trailers. Good job, trailers.
Good job, trailer people.
Oh, I got the Star Trek
Let's
trailer.
talk about all the trailers in depth.
Oh,
well,
I really like the part where in the Star Trek trailer where Spock left Bones and Bones was like, shit. And then there was a motorcycle because Star Trek. But no, we're done. Anyway, there you go. 7, and what would you give it? Like a 6.5?
Yeah, 7. I'll give it a 7.
Okay, 2 7s. That's pretty good.
And Loophole's gonna give it like a -1.
I'm gonna just guess. He kept saying the word average over and over again. I'm gonna guess Loophole would give it a 4. That's what I'd guess. Because he kept saying I didn't hate it. It wasn't worth hating. I really didn't hate it. It was painfully average. It was unmemorable. I'm gonna guess probably a 4, but I don't think he would review it like that anyway. But no, actually he gave review scores like that before. So yeah, I'm guessing 4. So there you go. That's it. Batman v Superman.
That's it.
What's the next
Thank
movie?
Fucking Well, I'll be seeing Warcraft probably.
Yeah, but that's after Civil War. Are you seeing Civil War?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you seeing Hardcore Henry?
Yes.
We should do Hardcore Henry.
Yeah, we'll do Hardcore Henry.
All right, next one's Hardcore Henry. Oh no, actually, God's Not Dead too. We should watch that. Talk about it.
Maybe. We'll
Jesus.
see.
Oh, talk about Jesus. There's a lot of Jesus symbolism in this. I want to mention that.
Lots and lots and lots and lots.
Yeah, there's a whole thing with a cross at the end too, which I thought was hilarious. But all right, that's it. The last thing I want to say, the porn parody was better. Thank you and goodbye.